And the false concept of self is white supremacy. They believe that they are better because they are white. And as a result, see, when a man has that kind of silly mentality, Hitler had the silly mentality that the white man, the Aryan, is superior. So then at the Olympics, Jesse Owens kicks up all the Aryans. Hitler is outraged. He's angry. The white man pushing white supremacy. That's why they would cut off our penis.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube space. Now today's video I'm gonna react on this a video of a professor called Leo Mohammed, and this video he left white people uncomfortable. He educated black people but left white people uncomfortable with what he was saying. Now I just want to go direct to this video. Let's watch it and then we'll come back here and try to talk something about it.
When they took you from Africa and they banned you from being called Kunta Kinte, Rasul or Muhammad.
That's right.
When they took us on that westerly course, then they forced us into their names.
Teach.
And they called us Smith, Jones, Robinson, Green, Brown, Hogg. A black man called Mr. White.
That's right.
And when we go to China,
Listen.
and we put our passport down, and the Chinese immigration control official looks at that passport and he sees Mr. White, he expects to see a white man. And when he sees the black man, he says, uh-oh, this man doesn't know who he is.
I shall try.
But many of us as black people today, we're very foolish people.
Right.
Because we don't understand why another man gives you his name. Because when he gives you his name, the giving of another's name denotes possession. It means he owns you. As long as you're walking in another man's name, he knows he owns you. You can talk as strong as you like. Yeah, I'm for black, yeah, Mrs. White. Yeah, they're laughing at you. Because they know that when you take another's name, that's why in marriage, in the tradition of marriage, the woman takes the man's surname.
Go ahead.
And leaves her maiden name, because that taking of the other's name denotes possession. In the event of divorce, you don't walk around with the other man's name. You now relinquish that name because you're no longer with that one. What brings about insecurity is when you have a false concept of yourself. And the false concept of self is white supremacy. They believe that they are better because they are white. And as a result, see, when a man has that kind of silly mentality, Hitler had the silly mentality that the white man, the Aryan, is superior. So then at the Olympics, Jesse Owens kicks up all the Aryans. Hitler is outraged. He's angry. The white man pushing white supremacy. That's why they would cut off our penis when they would lynch us. Penis envy. They're afraid of the black man because of our potency, because of our manliness. Because when you look at the black man, he's a real man. He's strong. So then they would have us as mandingos, fighting one another. That's why even today, they want to be the heavyweight champion of the world. They can't find a white man to do it. So they tried to turn a black man, Frank Bruno, into a white man. They called him the Great White Hope. They're desperate. We're not allowed to play golf. Why are we not allowed to play golf? Because we are inferior. We can't play the game. But let one black man into golf. Then all of a sudden there's a tiger in the woods. And he doesn't just play golf, he becomes the master. We're not allowed to play tennis. Let black people into tennis. We go straight to Wimbledon and win it in 1935. A black woman. Now Venus and Serena, they run out of opponents. They have to play each other. The white people cannot compete on an even playing field. They let us into athletics. You can't run like us. You let us into any field of endeavor, we dominate it. So they feel, and they become very afraid of anything that goes contrary. And so every time a black man stands up for black people, Martin Luther King, shot down. Malcolm X, shot down. Patrice Lumumba, shot down. Steve Biko, shot down. Everyone. Nelson Mandela, they locked him up for 27 years. We can count back 400 years of the most brutal treatment. Look, they took my name, my language, my culture. They killed my mother, my father, denied me religion, disallowed me to read or write for over 300 years, reduced me to the level of an animal, where they branded me on my chest, branded me on my buttocks with a branding iron. And they called me 3/5 of a human being in the American Constitution. Is that the act of a human being or the act of a devil? It's for you. You answer it. We're just calling white people names. No! We're just going on the basis of what we have experienced. Black people were taught to hate ourselves.
That's right.
Even to this day, many of my people suffer from self-hatred.
Teach Muhammad.
And you will see us trying to change our skin color.
Teach Muhammad.
When I was born in the 50s, in Jamaica, they would take, like my nose, the mothers would sometimes take the nose and try to squash it, to hate self, that they felt that the baby was ugly if it had thick lips and broad nose and black skin. And so this is in order to counterbalance that degree of self-hatred, there had to be a teaching given by Elijah to black people that would allow us to fall in love once again with ourselves. See, because look, I know you're a wise man, and so you must understand that I'm a baby in wisdom, but I'm not a fool. And he's saying here today that the Caucasian is in fact the oldest group on the planet. I beg to differ. Look, one of the most famous anthropologists is Professor Leakey. And when Professor Leakey went in search of the origin of human beings and human species, he didn't stop very long in Europe. He went to Africa. And the oldest bones and the oldest human beings to this day that you call Zinjanthropus, using the Latin meaning Zin and Xanthropus, meaning a black man, that oldest man, they say, is millions of years old. You went back and found one even older than that. You called her Lucy, a black woman.
Go ahead.
And every sensible historian, anthropologist today agrees that the black man is the father of human beings. Even your geneticist, Mr. Mendel.
Go ahead.
You have Mendel's law.
Go ahead.
Mendel says that light eyes are recessive, light skin is recessive. You can take the recessive, the dark skin is dominant, the dark eyes are dominant. You can take the recessive from the dominant, but you can't get the dominant from the recessive. This is Mendel's law. And so all of your scientists have proved that you can't look. Black is not even a color.
That's right.
Black is the mother and father of all colors. And if you want a baby, even if the woman is a white woman, the baby has to come out of the triple darkness of her womb. And this is the origin of all life. Within the black, you have the whole color spectrum. But in white, two white people laying down together, they can only produce white. But two black people in darkest Africa can lay down together and produce albino with blonde hair and blue eyes.
That's right. Teach Muhammad.
This happens all the time. And so we need to really get these facts correct today and understand that as gray as your hair is, you are listening to your father today.
Teach Muhammad.
This is daddy talking.
Teach.
And we mustn't turn. No, this is true. I'm not mocking. The white man, he came into what he called a new world.
Teach Muhammad.
And so all of a sudden you started to name things.
Teach Muhammad.
So that's why you called it America, based on, what was his name? Amerigo Vespucci, a Caucasian.
Africa.
That's why you called it Africa, based on the European explorer called Africanus. You went into America, you called it New York,
That's right.
Because it was new to you.
New England.
You call it New England.
right.
You call it New Zealand. You call it Newfoundland.
Teach.
Because it was new to you.
Teach.
But to us,
Teach.
we were already there. That's why we're called aboriginals.
From
Meaning abstracted from the Father.
Muhammad.
From God himself. Original, meaning the first. But you won't find Caucasian people calling themselves aboriginal anywhere on the planet.
Teach, Muhammad.
Because you're the new man, Paul Newman. From one blood came all human beings. But we produced you from us.
Muhammad.
Look at this. Even the word human. You've heard the term of a darker hue. Human, meaning a dark man. Human, a man of color. That's why the topsoil of the earth is called humus. It is the dark organic material that gives life to the earth.
Teach.
Whenever you take away the dark organic material or you denature it, you're left with white granulated sand.
Teach.
Desert. You want to see those of us who think that white something to glorify in. No. It's a psychological thing with white people where you want to find your place. And your scientists and your historians, they spend so much time asking the question, where do we come from? Because they are puzzled as to your origin. Look at the Chinese, look at the Asians, look at the black people. All of us got dark eyes. All of us got black hair. The only one on the planet who's got ginger hair, blonde hair, brown hair, grey hair, brunette. You are the one that's gone around the world making everything based on color. You were the one who went into Australia. You were the one who went into South Africa. You were the one who went into Asia and classified people and things based on color. So that's why this man, Yaqub, he wasn't a madman. He wasn't a mad scientist. He was a good scientist. And the Caucasian person is a person who is anti-nature. That's why when the sun comes out, I'm energized. Me and the sun, we got a relationship. I love the sun. I don't need no sunscreen. I don't get cancer from the sun. Me and the sun have got a good relationship. I love it and it loves me. But white people, you got to put sunblock on. You got to hide from the sun because now you might get a little melanoma, part of me on you.
Wow. That was a very powerful speech from Leon Mohammed, a human activist. I thought he was a professor. Very powerful speech. And it's an eye-opening to black people too. I know white people left, uncomfortable because it was targeting them, most of them. And two, it was a wake-up call and eye-opening to black people because there's some things we do as black people and we don't know why we do that. Because, for example, my name is Livingstone. Where the hell did I get that name? Who gave me that name? My grandmother gave me that name. And he gave me that name Livingstone because she got it from one white man on her days. I don't know. So I grew up. My name is Livingstone, and I have other name, home name called Osotsi. So why should I bear this name Livingstone wherever I go? Livingstone. It does not have any connection with me as an African. Does not have any connection with me. And we are told that this is our first name. Okay? So wherever you go, what's your first name? Surname? Yeah. So even me, up to now, thinking of changing my name to Kunta Kinte, Anekbula. It is an eye-opening that if you can't win them, you have to join them. If you can't win them, make them allies. So by giving these names to us, they made us their allies. So they'll be using us. They gave us our language, their language, like English. So we communicate on English alone. Brainwashing. A long con. What the white people did to the black man is a long con. He changed everything. Now, Leon has said this: white people cannot do anything greater than black people. Black people dominate each and every corner. And we have seen that. He has given an example. Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, great marathoners, a lot of them are black. In football, black. This game they play in USA, NBA, called, black. So, for them to win, they cannot play a game fairly. They have to brainwash us, take some of us on their team. Heavyweight, black. You get that? So it is an eye-opening, and when black man has opened his eyes, when black people open their eyes, it's a threat to the white people. Because once I know you are using me, you will think as a white man that I as a black man start thinking the way out. But the sad thing is that we have never ever discovered the way out. Each and every day they make us to dig in there. Each and every day they make us to believe in them. We are not believing in ourselves anymore. We as Africans, we can't even believe in our own self. We can't. We are bearing their names. Very spiritual. So we are walking within their own spaces, using their language, very spiritual, because we are walking within their realm. Using their syllabus, very spiritual. Using their God, very spiritual. So they turned us. So for us to move out of these chains, we need to wake up. And it's a threat to the white. The white system are threatened. And that's why black people, it's very hard for us to unite. Because they have made sure, they have put measures to make sure they restrict our unity. You just see the fight we have between black Americans and South Africa. This is not getting any better. It's not creating unity. Some black Americans have decided now we ain't going to Africa. We don't have any disconnection with Africa because of this. Some South Africa, they say, you are not like us, black Americans. They are happy because this is happening. The only thing, because, okay, we cannot deny the fact that black people are going through hell. Black people, we are passing through shit. We are passing through hell. Africans are going through a lot of problems. Even the South Africans who are talking are going through problems. The black South Africans, the Africans are going, black Americans are going through hell. Jamaicans, Caribbeans are going through hell. It is very hard for us to have wealth. The wealth gap between us and the white people is too big. They take our own good brains. They go with it. So the only thing that is a threat to the white man is us uniting and starting to talk one language. So we as Africans need to wake up. We just need to wake up and see what are we gonna do best for us. Every time in school syllabus we teach using English. Why is it that we are being taught in English, or they are telling us you have to use English, French or Spanish to communicate? Why are they not using Igbo, Luya, Luo? Why are they not using Zulu? Let them come and learn Zulu. Let Zulu be our national language. If you want to communicate with me, talk in Swahili. let Swahili be the worldly language. Why should I learn your language? Why? So they made sure that for them to win, there is no fair ground. For them to win over black people, no fair ground. You have to. Our language, they manipulated the language, the religion, the school system, and they manipulated everything. Not fair will win. Because if it's fair and square, you can't win over black people. We dominate in each and every aspect we are. And needs to be an eye-opening to black people that we are the real deal. We are the superheroes. We are the guys, man. This needs to be a wake-up call that if we unite, if we talk one language and say, yo, black people, black Americans, black Africans, black Arabians, we can do it. Yes, we can do it. We have what it takes. Yes. We have the talents. Yes. Rich culture. Yes. We have our language. Yes. Courage. Yes. We have everything. The zeal to go and go and go. That's what we need to do as black people. Because it was a long con. Black people, there's a number of things that we are capable of doing, but because of 1, 2, or 3, we can't do it. We can't run our own countries on our own self. Our leaders are fighting, countries are fighting, because the white people made it easy for us, black people, to fight within ourselves. We are easily fighting within ourselves, within the black community, fighting because of just little things, culture appropriation. You are using my culture. Oh, you blah, blah. We fight. Online media fight. And the online fight, as black people, we may think it is something easy. It is just a talking. But the picture we are sending out there, the image we are sending out there as black people ruins our image. It ruins the chances of us. No one will trust us. No one will believe in us. When I'm saying no one will believe in us, I'm not saying that some people need to believe in us. No. But for black people, we have to take charge because we are the first human being here and we are stronger than anyone here. You get that? Very strong. You have heard Leon saying that. But who will trust us? And that's why they call us names. Let me tell you, you passing past Latinos, Chinese, white people, they talk on your behind. The black people. These guys are like this. Oh, they can't do anything. They talk. They talk on our backs because of how we portray ourselves negatively. Everything we do, negative. And this speech is one of the sweetest speech, one of the beautiful speech I've come across this month. Yeah, because it has opened my eyes, and again it has installed fear to people who think that we can do it. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. I'm expecting your reaction and your comment. Until next episode, peace out.